So guys, we've got the old Nakamura going again. There she is. And we've been doing 12 watt tops and backs. So 12 watt tops, 12 watt backs, and there's a nice little milled out slot in there and some off centre holes and stuff. So that one's a dry assembled one. I'm missing this radius though, which is really frustrating. And I think basically what's happening is the quad turn drill is pushing back. It's so big, 25 mil. If I just do you, where is it? I can't get it. I can't. If I come out there, there it is. There's the quad turn drill just there, and it's I guess the pressure is so much it's just pushing it back. That's the only thing I can work out that's happening at the minute. It's nearly 4 o'clock now, so I'm pretty much wrapping up for the day. Calling it that. Well, I am actually. I'm turning this off now. We've got a little bit of a fun scenario at the minute where we need to start thinking about a little bit more about what we're going to do. Ooh, I'm going to come around the back of the lathe. What we're going to do with making sure that stuff gets made. Let me just have a quick gander. Yeah, no, that's not full. That's good. Yeah, so trying to make sure that things get made in a quick fashion, really. And at the moment, the progress is slow. We're building up our stock, which is fantastic. Obviously, we're trying to get all our programs like really refined now, and we're really spending the time doing like little things like stock level stuff like this. So it's all like labelled up and whatnot, and it essentially, like so there's a large path mark on it, and there's like loads of different ones with set stock levels, and these are for raw anodized. And the idea is to help everything kind of flow through quicker. At the moment, we've got no one really to build the stuff, even if we had the orders. So that's kind of the struggle that we're facing at the minute. But I'll talk a bit more about it in a little bit. Right, well, I am on my way home, and I'll give you the rundown of the week of where we're at. So we finally got a larger order finished in our system, which was amazing. We still need to deliver it, but it's only local. It's literally just Chipstead, so that's super local to us. So I was going to drive it and drop it myself. I've left it there at the minute, but I think to me it sounds like a kind of Monday job. I'll either do it during the day, or I'll oh sorry, I saw some of the guys around TLC. Yeah, I'll do it during the day, or I'll do it. I might do it over the weekend. We'll see. I'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. But it's nice to have it done. We've had a few issues with like the planting light bulbs. It's like masking off the interior, and it's just not easy, and it causes a lot of post processing. And even after we process them, they just weren't like aesthetically from the outside, and the effect that they'll provide, etc. They're brilliant. So there's no issues there. It's just if you happen to look up inside the bulb, it's not that great. Like some of them are pretty good, and some of them are like, they could have been better. And it's just to do with the powder, literally just not being in a nice neat line, and it's just not easy to mask either. It's a round edge. So it's just something that's just a real sort of struggle. So yeah, it's just it is what it is, isn't it? Really, it's a problem at the moment. So I'm waiting for Mr. Chris Vickery to come back to me. He'll probably come back to me, or hopefully come back to me on Monday or something, and then let me know what his thoughts are with regards to how best to deal with that issue. I've got an idea about doing a mould that has like a really slimline gap, and so you let some of the powder kind of get up on the inside, but it should be fairly even about because you create a Faraday effect. I don't know. I don't really want to waste the silicon as well, because the silicon is really expensive, and it uses each bulb uses 250 mils of silicon, which is about, I think it's about £20, so it's not cheap. So I have to be quite mindful of making sure I get that right. So yeah, that's one of the things that's going on. We've got it's going back to sort of staff issues again. Not particular staff's fault as such, but there's a lot going on in their life. I won't go into detail because it's not That's not fair of me to do that. But yeah, it's just, you know, I understand and I appreciate what they're going through and whatnot, but I, from a business perspective, have to go, right, okay, that person's now not available, so what do I do? And we've got the least amount of staff than we've had in a long while, and obviously more space. So it's me, Joe, Liam, um, Liam, Cameron, and Max on. Um, Joe, just say Joe, on the operation side, and one of those isn't in at the moment. And yeah, so it's and there's always been this like this. So this member of staff's fantastic. Does what he needs to do, but he has his quite a lot of times where and I do meet quite a lot, like a few times a month, where he's not up to the task, and doesn't come in, um, you know, because of stuff going on in his own life. So it's, you know, I need to get someone else helping out on that side. Generally, we're talking about having someone help out on the assembly and not only assembly, but kind of cross train to do a little bit on the powder coat side as well, to support Joe, which we thought might be quite a good idea. So yeah, we have to consider this, but the problem is we just haven't had the orders at the minute. Now we've got two new contracts starting. So Nicholson's garden centres and they also do like lots of design and forestry works and other bits and pieces. They've got like quite a few different strings to their bow in terms of what the industry as a whole in the landscape side of things. And they're doing a stock order with us on Monday, apparently. I say apparently because, you know, that's what I'm told, but whether or not that order comes through, see. I don't know them well enough yet to know how necessarily reliable they are when they say that they're going to do that. And then Landscape Plus, there's tons of potential going on there. There's still not, I don't know when the product's going on their website. Ryan thinks 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks still, but I was like, well, you need to find out because, you know, you might get to next week and there's a few bits missing. But I think Ryan said he was done 8 of the products so far, but I'm not sure how far through each of those we are at the minute, in terms of all the information. I mean, I've got to do SketchUp models and stuff like that, which I'll probably do this weekend, and try and support that. But that relationships, those two, both, I mean, all my relationships are important, but these two relationships are quite key. They'll definitely be something that will grow us, or at the very least, if not grow us, they'll keep the wheels turning and they'll keep the money flowing, and then anything else that we get is, you know, like then bonus, or, you know, like more, it just helps everything. So it just help us grow, because right now we don't have the you know, the continuous flow of orders. It's always a bit sporadic. We've got, you know, like we've got lots of regular customers, but, you know, like one month we can have one particular customer order from us like 2 or 3 times, and then you could go for like 2 or 3 months and not have any orders from that customer. So they're all a bit, you know, can be a bit spread out, which is, you know, I understand it's the way that these the way the projects work and the way the projects come in, and but it's a challenge, and trying to navigate around that is quite difficult. And you know, we need to put up a business reserve, and we need to make sure that we've got redundancy there for, well, everything we do. I'm learning more and more now, you know, like you can't rely on one piece of equipment on one person, because at some point that piece of equipment or that person will, you know, not be available, or not be, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, you have to kind of have your bases covered. But of course, you want to do it in such a way that you've also not got the, you know, like equipment waste and so on and so forth, because that's just, you know, it's just not practical, is it? So you don't want to be overstretched with the stuff you have. Yeah, so there's a lot to think about. I was talking to the guys about it this weekend, and today, and you know, I'll be having to think about it this weekend and trying to determine what we really need to do to negate it all and go forward, and how do we grow and whatnot. I mean, I've still got issues of we need to pay our rent, and we've got loads of bills that we need to pay, and yeah, so financially it's not easy, and there's a long there's a long way to go. So yeah, I mean, I'm confident that there's lots to come. It's just getting through these next couple of months that's going to be quite hard. And the trouble is, I always say to my missus, yeah, this year's going to be the year, this year's going to be the year. And then it always, like you carry on and you're like, oh, where's it? But everything has grown and has moved on. And, like we moved to the unit and stuff last year, and there was always going to be growing pains and yeah, all the extra cost and stuff to be found with that. But I mean, this year's an expensive year. It's, not only are you paying for the unit, we'll be starting to pay for Nakamura in a few months when we get the new one in. And we've got to, and we've got to find the money for those sort of things, and that adds 5k of cost to the bottom line every month, and so that's a big extra cost. So then you've got to have the sales to be able to deal with that, and obviously it isn't just 5k of extra sales, it's got to be more than that. So yeah, it's a process. It's definitely and it's not easy, but we need I couldn't honestly, if I had just the Haas right now, I'd have no business, because the Haas Live Access is dead, and they want us to pay £11,000 up front, and the insurance for them pay it out within 2 to 3 days. I don't have £11,000. So there is an option for me to borrow it, um, which I don't think I'll get charged interest on it for the short period that it is. So I might have to go down that route. But right now I'm just trying to make use of what we've got with a Nakamura, and then we'll and also make sure we get everything paid up to date, and then we'll deal with that. So yeah, all fun. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a lovely weekend.